My glasses are steaming up. This is how hot it is in your studio, man. My glasses are steaming up.
I don't know. I've got the window open.
Yeah, it's okay. Maybe I'm just too hot.
You are too hot to handle. I think you've hit on it right there.
You think I've hit on it? You know for a fact.
You are too hot for the studio.
I'm too hot for this show. Too hot for this.
Exactly. Don't
stop.
No, don't give away any more. You're already letting people know what to expect at Mobile Beat 2015. You don't give away any more of our secrets. We want there to be some surprises left in the show.
There's no surprise here. I have 300 pounds of heavenly joy is what I am.
Exactly. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm Jason Jones. That's Bill Hermann.
Hi.
We get to do the design on Mobile Beat 2015, create the experience for you, work with some amazing and talented people.
We really should get started on that.
Of Jason Janai, who's going to be the official DJ for the event, which is going to be showcased. It'll be great. Jeremy Breck, who's a talented DJ, but he's also an incredible lighting designer. He's going to do some amazing stuff that we're working on to make it amazing.
Yep, we really need to start working on that.
Amazing speakers. We're going to say some things ourselves, but the whole will be it's like the whole will be more amazing than its parts.
And even not only will the whole be that great, but the stuff on the outsides of the whole will look good as well.
Right. See, kind of like me. See this part right here? That's not so impressive. But the whole is much more impressive than the part.
I'm not going to...
Did you get the metaphor?
There's just way too many things in there for me to comment on that you'd just be mad at me after the show about.
Well, let's just transition to our holiday special.
Welcome to our Halloween special. Boo!
Hey, that's scary.
Yeah, well, you told me to write a jingle, so I'm in, baby.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I tell you what. So, gosh, Halloween. Is Halloween? Is this a favorite time for you?
It is. It is. It is. It is more. Something. It's more fun for me now as an adult than when I was a kid.
Really?
When I was a kid, now that I'm an adult, I can do any costume I want.
You couldn't do that when you were a kid.
When you're a kid, you go, come on with a costume today, and your mom goes, I don't think so. Or your dad's like, that's kind of really. But now that you're an adult,
what kind of costumes were you wearing?
Well, I found a lot of stuff in my parents' drawer that they didn't want me to bring out. So
that's not a toy for a child, Bill. But
it was a great costume, though, man. I would have won a contest costume or a costume contest.
Well, and probably the first that were electronic for its age. You know what I mean?
Right. I wanted moving parts. If you know what I'm saying.
Automatron, Bill's Automatron contest. What made mine not as fun is like every costume had to be large enough to be able to fit over a parka.
Yes.
And a snowsuit.
That's another part of it.
Yes.
And I never wanted to do that. So every time I wore a costume, and I would take me weeks to get it, and you had to, and then now put your snowsuit on. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't want to wear a snow. How you go up trick or treat? What are you? I'm a guy who had to wear a snowsuit over a costume that's really damn cool. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. So give me some candy before I throw some snowballs at your dog.
Right? I thought the kids down in Florida were so lucky, or California, because they could just like put on their costumes and go out like normal and have a great time.
Well, as you get older, you do it anyway. I got older, and now you go to the bars with costumes. Now that was fun.
Is that what you like to do now?
I haven't done it in a while, but
dress up in women's clothing and hang around in bars.
I do that on days that aren't just Halloween.
Well, yeah, because it's more unexpected.
It's more of a lifestyle, actually.
Yeah. You don't turn heads when you come in on Halloween.
Oh, I turn heads. Oh yeah, don't kid yourself, Mister.
So, what was your favorite costume as a child?
My favorite costume as a child. I didn't really have my dad was in nursing. Still is in nursing, and so all of our costumes, had something to do with medical. So
you couldn't deviate from that at all?
Well, no, that's the only thing we had around the house that was because we couldn't afford to go buy costumes.
Can I use these needles, Dad?
Right.
Are you done with these?
Well, he'd bring home the plastic syringes without the needles. He'd bring home a scrubs. He'd put scrubs and borrow your dad's stethoscope, and you'd walk around, asking the neighborhood moms if would like me to come in. I'm really a doctor.
I'm a heroin addict. And I'm out.
That's a great. I didn't think of that one. That would have been awesome. A heroin addict with scrubs and a snowsuit wearing 2 plastic syringes.
I just stole them from the hospital in my costume.
But I'm really, really cold. Can't you tell by the snowsuit I have to wear?
The weather. My favorite costume was my makeshift Ghostbusters outfit.
You made one?
Yeah, I had a little army-looking jumper thing, and
Who were you?
I was my own character. I also had a Lone Ranger mask that I wore and a symbol on there. So I was like the masked Ghostbuster.
The masked Ghostbuster?
Because ghosts, they're intimidated by the mask. You don't want it's better to be anonymous with ghosts.
Right, because if you don't catch them, they'll know where you live.
They'll come after you. They'll be like, that guy. He was trying to put me in the thing.
He was the guy.
And the thing I liked about it is that so that people were sure they understood who I was, I made a tape that had the Ghostbusters song.
No, you didn't really.
And I looped it, and it was playing in the boombox that was in my, what do you call that? What do you call that pack that the Ghostbusters wore?
Oh, it was the Proton pack.
Yeah, it's the Proton pack, the big nuclear pack. And
right.
so mine had a boombox in it, and I had the thing and whatever and stuff.
So you weren't even confident to take on one of the actual characters. You came up with your own.
Well, I mean, I had the suit. No, I was like the 5th Ghostbuster.
The 5th, kind of like Billy Preston. The Billy Preston of the Ghostbusters.
that was me. That was me.
For all you old guys out there, there's your music reference of the day.
Exactly. But Then I grew up. Halloween had a different meaning. I have a really memorable Halloween when I was in Duluth. I did a Halloween special because I did a paranormal talk show.
That's right. And it was, what was it called again?
A special it was called The Eclipse.
The Eclipse.
And I did a special on Halloween. I don't even remember what the special was, but I went to a party afterwards. And it's so cool. I went dressed up as the guy who does the paranormal show. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, that's me. I'm like, why would I want to dress up like anything else? Because that's so cool.
Right. Yeah. You were too cool for school, baby.
I know. And then it was like when I got there, everybody was like, "You're who?"
You're who? There's a paranormal show?
I went with it because I figured they were just trying to be cool.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Exactly.
So what are you doing?
So anyway, what I was going to share was I dug up a tape from my show.
A tape,
yeah, that was sent in to me.
An actual tape?
An actual tape.
You mean like a cassette or a reel-to-reel?
No, there's a cassette.
A cassette tape. A cassette tape, for those of you at the in the home playing the home game
that doesn't know the vintage equipment.
Well, pull out the tape. Show it to them. Can you show it so they can actually see? This is magnetic tape. That's right. And we used to put all of our audio on this. And back when they first started worrying about piracy,
my first DJing was done with tapes and friends queuing them up with Walkman.
How many people did you have working behind the scenes for you?
Oh, 3 or 4.
Really?
Yeah, none of them could get a dance during a dance anyway, so they loved having a job. It's like, well, now I don't have to worry about feeling dumb and having no one to dance with me. I'm up here queuing up tapes.
So you've got this cassette you're going to play.
So anyway, not to digress anymore. So what this is a tape of a recording that was made in the woods of Duluth.
Okay.
It's a bizarre scream that they were never able to identify. It only happened at night.
Did you first hear, "You sure look pretty to me"?
No.
Before you heard the scream?
Weirdly enough. Every winter between December and February. So that's when only during that time that they would actually...
During the coldest part...
They would actually hear it.
Of the year.
And... they heard it a total of 7 times from 92 to 97.
This sound.
This strange scream that would echo through the woods.
What do they think? It's a ghost or something? Or?
Well, what inspired it is I did a show on Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah, Sasquatch. Don't mess with them, according to the people with the beef jerky.
That's right. Messing with Bigfoot.
Right.
Well, if you do, make sure that you have State Farm.
So
just get you out of there, right?
Sounds like they've got a cassette sound of snowmobilers, actually. Do you hear the snowmobilers?
Okay. Here's the sound.
I don't hear any sounds. I'm starting to think that you weren't telling me the truth.
So this must be like one of the 7 times that they heard it. When
they heard it 7
actually
times?
Recorded it.
Oh, so they kept forgetting to hit the record button? I
don't know the answer to this question.
You're the expert. You had a paranormal show.
Did you hear that?
I heard that, but you know what it sounds like? It sounds like the Bill and Jason show goat version.
It sounds like our biggest fan when we miss a show.
This is in January, February. December, January, February, right? Somewhere in there.
It was recorded in 1997.
But in the middle of winter in Duluth. Okay, if it's Bigfoot, I think it's just he's just mad that his balls are cold.
Yeah, that's totally it. That's totally it. Yeah, so it was really a strange thing. It was really fun to play.
Okay.
And get in and, you know what I mean, mysterious things, because it was inspired by.
So you play we played it on the show.
Yeah.
So what kind of people called in and said whoa, and what people called in and went yeah, come on.
No, nobody really called in on the show much. It wasn't a real active call.
Paranormal talk show that nobody called into.
Yeah, well, apparently they didn't have a lot of opinions about all the weird stuff.
You sure you were broadcasting?
Oh yeah, quite certain.
Actually had people that didn't call into your talk show.
I did have some people did call in and do questions, but it wasn't. But it wasn't a time. That time slot was not a time that was normally automated.
This sounds like a subject that would create a lot of questions. A lot of people would be questioning this kind of stuff. Not everybody's completely in on that. Is Bigfoot.
So you're just trying to drive home the fact that it was that's disappointing that there wasn't that many people that called into the show.
No.
Oh, good. Good. So let's talk about like experiences that you can have like right now.
Okay, well, what about haunted houses? Did you do a haunted house when you were a kid?
Haunted houses.
Did you never make one or go through one?
I did make a haunted house. Both. I made one and I thought they were always kind of lame. Because it's like, oh well, they can't do anything to really scare you,
right?
At least so I thought, you know. And there was some kind of like,
well, not after a while. I mean, there were some haunted houses that did stuff, and then for some reason they had all kinds of rules. The first time I'd ever been in a haunted house that scared me ever was in Mackinac Island, Michigan. They've got, and it's still there, called the Haunted Theater.
Oh,
and it's there. It's there in the summer season because that's when people go to this island. Oh. You don't walk across the straits on the chunks of ice that are connected to get to the island. So they've got it. It's not a Halloween thing. They say it's a real haunted theater.
Yeah, is it a real haunted theater?
It's a haunted house. It's a haunted house.
But is it really haunted?
I don't think so, but I don't know. We went through it.
Did anyone ever tell you they saw anything?
All the time. But only because they went through it and they would, get grabbed. That's the thing about it is that I think it was really scary. It was dark, but during the middle of it, people who worked it would reach out from these holes and go, "What are you doing?"
Oh wow!
And grab at you,
actually grab at you,
scare that like ever living dog shit out of you. And sorry, moms and dads that are watching this show, but that's really what came out. And then us guys figured out that's what's going on, so we'd go through again with the girls and we'd do our own grabbing.
Yeah, how very clever. This is how you got a date.
See how you
doing? Did your date stay with you at the end?
No.
Okay. That wasn't not the primer you were hoping for.
Like being grabbed in the dark and frightened.
Well,
when you're not in that seventh grade.
Maybe not in that context.
Well, I didn't understand the context at that point. So there wasn't an ilk well that I could dip their ponytails in. So that's what I did.
Okay, this is a great time for a break.
We just took a break.
No. We didn't actually.
Yes, we did. We took a break just before the thing. You didn't. Right after this.
Okay, well then let's just go ahead and cut right away to this. and talk about some of these haunted houses that you can actually visit. Here is one. These are the most extreme haunted houses.
Oh, I've heard about some of these.
And this one,
you're not going to play the tape right
Well,
here.
talking about touching, it's like liability reasons. Has people like, oh, he touched me. That was weird. You shouldn't have done that. It's like, well, don't go to a flipping haunted house then.
Well,
it's a haunted house. Creepy things. Creepy things are supposed to happen. All right, within reason. But
Depends on whose reason, I suppose.
This one is this is from the Blackout Experience, and this is actually like they blind you going in, and then you roam around, and this is like you sign a waiver, so it's like anything goes. There's touching, grabbing, there's like pushing you around. You know what I mean? That's like totally like trying to.
Me and my 7th grade friends really could get a job there.
Right. To completely freak you out. Yeah. You could touch something for the very first time.
Hey.
And they do that in New York City and Los Angeles. It costs like $50 a person to go through and have this like terrifying, creepy experience that's interactive, as they call it.
And they blindfold you. You don't have to paint the walls or nothing.
Interactive DJs are fun. Interactive haunted houses, I don't know. That's a little bit loose,
Right.
And so there's that one. There's another one that is called Alone. And they don't do any of the usual like boo, bah kind of stuff. Instead, what they do is they stick to psychological fear.
What?
That's built in internally, your fight or flight. So they totally screw with your psychology while...
And people sign up for this.
While you're in there. Yeah. Well, and then there's another one, called McCamey Manor.
Okay, that one I know about, and I heard it is insane.
Yeah.
I watched the video that promotes this thing, and I had to turn it off halfway through because I just
disturbing.
It's really disturbing.
Well, this one lasts...
It's crazy.
8 hours.
Right. And
you're in it.
You got to sign up for it. You have to sign huge waivers.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the waiver says no matter what you ask for, you are not released. You can't get out. You can't say, please let me out, I'm done. They won't.
Yeah, see, I would pass on that.
But people don't. That's the thing that I don't understand about this one. People do not pass on it. People do sign up for it. And in the video, you hear people begging to stop, begging to release me. And they don't. And they get away with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's understood going in. Expectation fulfilled.
That's not a haunted house. That's something else.
Well, and this is just an area a primal area I don't really want to explore. You know what I mean? Like, what's it like to be an animal that suddenly finds itself torn apart by another animal, like most animals experience? I don't want to experience that.
No.
This is one thing I enjoy about being human and living where I live.
Right.
Is that
top of the food chain, baby.
I don't have to live in fear of my life from day to day.
Right.
I can live in fear of like losing my house or business or stuff like that.
You can live in fear of anything you wish. Go right ahead.
But losing my life to some terrible, violent, horrible,
torturous,
thing,
terrible.
Yeah. I mean, this other one that we were talking about,
McCartney
which one
Manor?
was this? No, this one, the Blackout. They actually asphyxiate you for a while.
What?
Yes, they put a bag over your head.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like really, it's like way freaky. Too far. No, thank you.
No. Isn't that how David Carradine died? At the Blackout Experience.
With grasshoppers? I don't know. They put bugs on you. Yeah, it's just no. In Las Vegas, there's a place called, right here, the Freakling Brothers. The Gates of Hell. Hey, I think I know that guy.
That's a close friend of mine. Hello.
Oh, look, 666.
That's just wrong, man.
Yeah, we'll try being the neighbor of the beast. So, right here,
That's one of my favorite jokes, by the way.
This is another...
The beast lives at 666. You think that's scary?
Try living at 669.
Imagine being his neighbor.
You never get any sleep. Thump, thump, thump. Screams. Constantly. Anyway, this is R-rated, full contact haunted house with guests.
Right.
You're bombarded with profanity, violent situations, frequent touching, kind of like a concert.
Kind of like my ex-wife.
Faces of death moments depicting horrible ways to die.
Oh, no, come on.
Yeah, that was, talk about a regrettable experience. I watched like 5 minutes of one of those just out of curiosity. I wish I could unsee. Oh, I wish I didn't bring it up because now I'm remembering.
One of my
I
friends,
want to unsee it.
When I was growing up, one of my best friends, he became obsessed with all of those videos.
Ugh.
He owns them all.
Oh, that's
He's watched them a lot. He's a quiet, unassuming, gentle, kind human being, which is the way they describe every serial killer after they.
Right.
He was quiet and gentle, and I don't understand those Faces of Death movies he watched.
Are you a friend of his on Facebook?
Yeah. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I haven't talked to him in a while. I got to give him. Hopefully he doesn't listen to the show.
Right, exactly. Now that you called him a serial killer.
Sorry, Rob.
Well, if you disappear next week,
he probably would like the fact that I brought that up.
I know where I'm going to come looking.
Okay. Well, I'll have to write down his name.
Wait, on second thought, I know where I'm going to send someone to come looking. There's the Scare House, the basement in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Wait, it's just some guy's basement in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's not scary enough. They rely on the science.
I got a creepy basement and I have 24/7 every day of the week. But, on Halloween, I'll make a buck.
It's designed to make people feel better. It was actually meant to help people in a way, to challenge them to think about things that they never thought about before. This is kind of like
that sounds like they're making stuff up so they can get away with crap.
It's like, let's get intellectual about doing something just freaky, depraved, and wrong.
You can do that?
Oh, here's one.
Now, we talked about this in the first year of our show.
Yeah, we did. We found the naked and scared, which going through it,
they don't look very scared or very naked in that picture.
Going through it isn't nearly as entertaining as watching Naked and Scared Gone Wild videos.
And when you get scared in that, the video of everything just flopping around when you jump, it's really awesome.
Oh yeah, somebody was writing a column about that one, the first one. Is it Alone? No, Blackout, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and there's actually nudity in that. Some guy comes running at you with no pants on.
See now why?
That'd be terrifying.
Well, okay, Alone. That's the one where they blindfold you. Why? Why does it matter? Why they would just tell you that the guy in front of you is naked, because you're blindfolded. There's no way to tell. It's like I wouldn't have to paint. You could do it in this room. And say, oh yeah, the walls are dripping with blood while you're blindfolded, and the man standing next to you is naked and hitting you with his. There's
other moments
man
where you're
boobs.
Not.
No, you just said they were blindfolded.
Meatloaf would not do an event like this. I'm just saying. So there's the Queen Mary, and the Queen Mary actually is. I've seen those ghost shows, and it actually is haunted.
Okay. Because those ghost shows on TV, those are real.
Well, and lots of corroborating anecdotal evidence. Oh, what was that?
Right. You heard that, right? Oh, my God, I'm really freaked out.
We'll be right back. This is how they do these shows.
Right, exactly.
And then when they come back, it's like, oh, that was just how I stepped on my shoelace.
You're just jealous you didn't think of it first.
I know, right? It's like the easiest thing ever.
Right.
And then there's Terror Behind the Walls at Eastern State Penitentiary.
And over at my house, there's Terror Under the Bed.
Yeah, they do this to raise money for the penitentiary to keep it maintained.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
It's just kind of creepy and bizarre. Not as bizarre as the... I was watching this thing on the History Channel because,
That's what you do. You're really into history.
Well, no, I'm into the weird, bizarre crap they put on the channel to pull you in. But there's this...
my daughter's favorite is Haunted Artifact.
The worst prison that they've ever made to put people in, because it's all solitary confinement except for one beam of light, and everyone goes mad. Everyone literally, it doesn't matter. You go mad if you're totally isolated like that.
I know.
Yeah. So... idea, haunted house, last 6 months, admission $5,000. They shove food
my
under
closet.
The door. I'll shove in a bagel and
my address is
some butter.
Stop by. I've got plenty of bagels apparently, and butter.
Bagels and butter. Right?
Bagels
to do with whatever.
First of all, bagels and butter seems like that drive you mad if you have to eat that for 3 weeks for much less 6 months.
Well, unless you like bagels and butter.
Well, but then you still have to poop.
I should have one now.
And with that said,
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween and enjoy your poop.
And have fun.
I'm Bill Hermann, that's Jason Jones, and if you've not liked us on Facebook, do it.
Do it.
Or we'll haunt you. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, do it. Or we'll haunt you. If you haven't gone to our website, billandjason.com, do it. Or we'll come to your house and make that weird sound outside your window. And see you next time.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sampled per second over the interweb in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an entertainment experience production.